I just looked at it as I want to be one of the best basketball players who've ever played. That's the end goal. Okay, how do I get there? How do I get there? And every decision I made in my life was centered around the process of helping me eventually get there. You know what I'm saying? So I had that purpose, and once I had that purpose, every decision that I made was centered around that purpose. Whatever you're doing at that moment is what you're doing at that moment. You know, it's like that's where the obsessiveness is having the attention to detail for the action that you are performing at the time you're performing it. And if you can have that kind of focus, you can't help but to have a certain level of obsession or attention to detail.
One of the NBA's all-time greats.
And the Black Mamba strikes again.
Mamba mentality it's a way of life. It's not an attitude per se, but it's a way to live, which is just trying to get better every single day. It's not something where you live with like a bravado or anything like that. It's just the simplest form of just trying to get better at whatever it is that you're doing. It's the communication and the working with groups of people. I mean, that's always the most important thing. I mean, that's how you win championships. I mean, you take guys with a team that have completely different backgrounds, from different parts of the world, different religious beliefs, different political beliefs, and you put them all on one team and say, okay, you guys have to get on the same page and figure out how to win a championship, right? So figuring out how to navigate that and how to speak to the whole while speaking to individuals is, I think, the thing that carries over the most into the business world. But what we want to do with our stories is we want to be able to have the viewer internalize the story. Can we bring out compelling content that moves you in a certain way where you see yourself through the lens of the story that we are creating? And if we can do that at Kobe Inc., we'll be very, very happy. The stories have to be good, right? So you can have access to a lot of people. You can sit and, get on the phone with anybody. But if the idea isn't there, if the core of the story isn't there, the characters aren't there, nobody's going to do business with you. Right. You'll wind up having a lot of meetings, right? And nothing gets executed. Right? So it all comes back to the truth of the story. And is the story good enough? And if it is, then I'm sure we'll be doing business. Johnny Ives in particular, I mean, it's just fascinating, his process of creating design. And when I was playing, when I did that, I used to try to connect the dots between how John Williams would compose a score for a film, or Johnny Ives would design a new Apple product, and how does that connect to how I play the game of basketball? Is there something there that I can learn that can be used when I step out here on the court? I mean, there's lessons that surround us. I mean, life is basically a library. All we need to do is just open our eyes and look and ask and read accordingly. Yeah, I mean, it's the curiosity. I think the curiosity is the most important thing. I mean, it sounds really weird to say, but like leadership lessons. I learned leadership lessons just from walking in the park and just observing nature and the sun's relationship with nature and relationship with the moon and the sun understanding when to be present and when to go away, right? Because as a teammate, it was like, dude, the sun's out all damn long. You're gonna sunburn a hell of a lot of people, right? So if I'm playing this game and I'm on top of my guys for 48 minutes, dude, you're gonna sunburn every single teammate there, right? So there's certain times where it's important for the sun to be present. There's other times it needs to go away, right? And but there are life lessons that surround us at all times, and I've always been extremely, extremely curious about those things.
When we talk about mindset and beliefs, we talk about limiting beliefs as sort of being the ceiling of your potential. How you think about yourself, whether positively or negatively, that's probably what your potential is. How do you stretch your beliefs and make sure you are continually pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone and your capabilities?
I just dream. I dream. I have dreams, and dreams is they should be pure. And I think a lot of times, when we're born into this world, we actually wind up going backwards. And it seems like the more we mature, the more responsible our dreams become, and the more governors we put on ourselves and our ability to dream and to reimagine. And it's always a fight for us parents and for you guys to make sure that your dreams always stay pure. And so it's not a matter of pushing beyond your limitations or expectations. It's really a matter of protecting your dreams, protecting your imagination. That's really the key. And when you do that, then the world just seems limitless.